Alright, let's get this shit sorted. Okay. Alright, let's see how this goes. Gentlemen,
How's it going?
Good night.
what's up? Not much. Not much. We got a few new signups, I think. I think we ended up with 2 in. So it should be interesting.
Been working very hard on my my tune.
Who the what the?
Huh?
You said what?
I've been working very hard on my tune.
On the setup for this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
My tune is just me trying to figure out the fuel.
Huh?
Like, should I go for 1 stop or like 3 stops?
That's always
So
going to
what
be the
is
tricky
this?
one.
How long is the race? Because I feel like that will
45 minutes.
45 minutes, but it's 200% fuel.
Ah, man.
Did they do like
Well,
13
fueling for 90
laps?
minutes.
Let's see. Check out right now for you. $32 laps from the leader.
Oh wow, it was way off. Okay.
Well, like for the total.
Yeah.
32.
So it seems like some of the cars might be able to go all the way based on what their conversations were after the race for fuel, but you have to conserve.
Tires probably also a factor though.
I can't remember.
That's
I
what I
think
was
tires are very, very slow to swap in this, so it was faster to just do fuel and take a lower tire.
Oh, man.
But then again, the EU, there wasn't a lot to go on. There was only like 5 guys racing.
So, mediums will be pretty done by the end of Q2, so you could do double sauce, but sauce are iffy if you mess up.
I would stay off the hards though, although unless you're in the Porsche, that thing eats tires.
Basically, anything else, you're good if you're the Porsche monkey. Actually, no, that's what the Porsche says to the driver, not the monkey.
That is very nice. Oh, was out here doing the 124 getting him.
I'm hoping we get a good full grid today.
Considering that there's
Keep in mind, long race, a lot of cars. You don't need to get in front of someone during the first couple corkscrews. All right.
RP, app not active.
That's what that's called. The
I'd say if you haven't passed somebody by the hill, please don't go for the dive bomb on the corkscrew because most people take the inside lane, so there's no like you'd have to stay on the outside all the way through for the dive. That's the only way.
and even if you do a dive, it's like
I should have done more practice with the bots.
they just practice different lines in case that happens. And
Racing
also,
against the bots is pretty good for them.
RP, app not active.
Yeah.
one thing also is that, especially the kink, right on that hill. For the love of God, don't try and pass on that. I mean, you could try. Don't get me wrong. I would not recommend it though.
All right, I'm back. Don't mind me just dying. We got some close battles shaking out here, boys.
It's probably the closest I've been to speed bump ever.
It's looking good. And this is pre-drops too. You never know how it's going to shake up.
I can already, well, I can already say that Zandvoort's gonna get drops.
Yeah. Yeah, the zeros are easy.
I don't know if I get points for Nords, even though I think I did finish that race technically.
I think there were points on there. I think as long as you're in the race, for the most part, there have been points.
Say to everyone, if you haven't yet, make sure you practice in and out of the pits.
Yeah, if
Yeah, so
And
I
have a pit strategy set up already.
Yep.
and double check it even before restart. Sometimes they like to reset themselves.
boat is flying in this Ferrari.
One thing I will say is that the weight of the fuel slows you down so much in this.
Yeah.
Like I'm like 2 seconds off my fastest lap in the just in the weight.
Oh, with the full fuel.
Yeah.
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 That came out. I'm gonna come out running like 80 liters to see how that feels.
mean, you know, obviously during qualifying, little fuel, soft tires.
Yeah. No, it's a good time to practice. That's what this is for. Jesus, that Audi sounds insane from afar.
For this practice session, is it on the 200% fuel?
Yeah. Once the official event starts, all of the settings are locked for that kind of thing. So the practice, the
Alright.
qual, and the race are all the same. It's just the looping practice that it's not.
Alright.
Buggy, you just got married, didn't you?
I did indeed.
Congrats, man. How was it?
Thank you. It was a lot of fun, honestly.
Did you have,
Ended
like, a
with
big ceremony, or?
yeah, it was about 130, 140 people,
Nice.
and it was
Sounds like
on a
you lost
lake,
the bet or what?
and yeah, trust me, the 130 was as many as that place could fit. But we ended up having to put some people in the lake. By the end of the night, half the wedding ended up in the lake. So
Like swimming.
yeah.
Got drunk. I'll go in the lake in a suit.
Yeah, pretty much. That's essentially exactly how it happened. Bless you.
Me, if I ever had a wedding, I'm like, all right, guys, sorry, no alcohol.
What?
Godspeed.
Nothing wrong with that.
You wouldn't drink it, or you wouldn't have it at the wedding.
I wouldn't drink it.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, that's way. I thought you were saying you wouldn't have it at the wedding. I was gonna say, good luck, man.
Yeah,
I
some people's families go crazy.
We did beer, wine, and then 2 specialty drinks, like a John Daly and a blackberry margarita, and then cash bar if you want liquor. And the caterer told us after, they were like, yeah, we didn't really use that much of the liquor or the wine, but man, you people can drink beer.
I mean, to be fair, beer is only like, what, 5% alcohol?
Yeah, people were
It
pounding
wasn't
them all
huge.
day.
You can,
It's like from
especially
3 to
if you have,
9.
Like, a high, yeah, especially if you have like a high tolerance and also like a bigger person, like you can drink a lot of beer.
Oh yeah.
Like me, I'm pretty thin, and also I've never had alcohol, so I can never get drunk. Nor would it even be
Damn it, you can have 40 gallons they're telling me to buy.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fill up for sure.
The
Yeah, it's gotta be
practice.
like, so you're probably gonna burn like at least 140 liters of fuel.
Oh,
So like, the car's gonna be above.
My braking points are so effed with all the fuel.
Yeah. I feel like I'm in an Abrams or something.
But yeah, in the Audi, the front engines, I feel like I have a slight advantage just out of weight balance because I think the fuel tank is usually like usually distributed in the back. And so with the Audi, the weight is already in the back, anyways. So you gotta watch and make sure the rear doesn't flick out.
True.
feels like the Nord.
Yeah, Patchy's not in yet, I don't think. Or at least I haven't seen him head out for a lap. Is he? Oh, he's. He must be sitting in the pits. Hang on, let's see. Oh, there he is. Oh, you know what? I was looking for the MX-5 livery. That's why. Oh, there you go. His crew's got it all wrapped up too. Very nice. Guess someone's got the eyesore right now. Is it Kai? Oh, how about that? See when Patchy heads back out. Oh, there he goes. Oh, his outlet. Completely cutting the pit exit there. Make sure during the race we take the whole pit exit, boys.
I think not only would it be safer to do that because you're not going into full speed traffic, but it's also the more correct thing to do.
Yeah, during quali too. Oh, little lag incident there. Getting hairy.
Harry, how was Harry?
Set up this stuff.
Usually the arrows on your D-pad, or if you're back in the pit menu, you can go all the way to the end on your setup page.
Honestly, they used to use letterhead.
The pressure purple.
There's a 22 at a boat there. Goddamn.
Yeah, so apparently there was a there was a lap record in Z4 that was like a minute 20 seconds, like, and then also in Z4.
Well, it could also been different track temperatures and winds and everything, you know.
Yeah.
Like right now, there's an 18-kilometer-an-hour headwind down the front straight.
But even that, I wouldn't think you would gain two whole seconds. I mean,
No, but that comes down to like track temps more. They put like, they basically set it to optimum temperature. They turn off fuel usage, put the car on to like 1 liter. That kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, because if you're just absolutely maximizing the speed possible, well, like
Right.
real. Wait, I wouldn't even be surprised if it wasn't like the same Z4. But like you said, now that makes more sense how it's possible, but not really realistic to do.
I mean, it depends. Like some of those times, yeah, people are just good, but you gotta ride every curve perfectly and stuff. Like it's just hours on the track, hours in the game.
Yeah, like especially now the track temperature very cold for mediums. Just hoping it gets
Hello.
Well, Everyone's got some good lines pulling together here. Looking good. That is one hell of a pit entry, damn.
Speed bump.
Speed loading in. All the drops are getting used up with people skipping, so I'm hoping that means the grids are going to fill back up for the rest of the season here. We'll see.
I used my first draft for a good reason.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone's got their stuff.
You know, gotta see my first IRL race. You know.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was the Oregon Trail Rally done by the ARA.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. It was at Portland International Raceway. It's funny enough is that the only international race that Portland does is Formula E.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually, Formula E is this weekend.
I guess it counts.
I think NASCAR, because they have NASCAR Xfinity Series race there as well, and they technically do a race in Canada.
Yeah.
So, international, like, kind of.
RP, app not active.
It's not the kind of international that you would think of, right?
Right.
Because I don't know why, but when I think of international, I think of, okay, at least has to be on another I get this.
It would be intercontinental.
But like,
True.
my thing, my point or what I said was, because so NASCAR Xfinity Series, I think, does a race like in Canada, and that makes it technically an international race.
They don't
No,
do
yeah.
race in Canada.
Or I think they do it.
No, they don't.
Yeah, you guys. You guys.
I'm
Nah, you guys are.
very not.
You guys are very not unintellectual.
Is it bad I don't have any practice?
So is anybody thinking about the no pit strategy?
I don't hold enough fuel.
Possible.
Yeah, I mean,
I
if
wasn't
you
sure.
conserve-
I wasn't
if you
sure.
conserve fuel, I think it's possible.
Question
I
is,
don't
would
know
you
how to
lose
do
too
that.
much time? You
Don't
just
have enough fuel.
slower.
Lose too much time.
I feel like
But
the
just
Beamer
the-
would be the only car able to pull it off out of any of them.
I don't know, but should you though?
I'm not
I wouldn't. Has anyone tested how long the tire change is compared to
Yeah.
like, is it longer than adding fuel?
Yes.
It's
Usually is, yeah.
So the double
Is there a way
sauce will
you can
cost
only
you some
do, like,
time.
so it'll only put you like an extra 6 seconds.
Is there a way you can only do
So
like
it's not.
a
So if you can make up that
single
time, that would be good. But the problem is running softs is depending on the temperature is not good. If the temperature is good, you can run softs, but if the temperature is not good, don't run softs.
Oh, we'll have to see what temperature you get. Right now, just changed to 25 degrees Celsius track temps and
75,
5 kilometer an hour wind. Tailwind in the straight.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
We keep all the measurements in kilometers on the stream. You gotta.
I am pure-blooded American. Hoorah!
So you guys see Logan
Imperial.
Sargent might be going back to IndyCar? Or not back to, but going to IndyCar?
Yeah.
I feel like he'll do well there. I just feel bad. I feel like he never got like he never got a great shot, you know. I feel like he could have done a little better. There's more in him.
I don't know, man.
I'm biased.
So what would race fuel be then if it's one stop? Like to go to that one stop?
It would have to be all full fuel, I would imagine, but that's only if you can.
So I think the GT3s can hold that much fuel. It's just it'd be pretty tight.
I can tell you the Mercedes.
Mercedes just fucking low.
It says, my little fuel cap says 135 for the total race.
I'd be willing to bet the Ferrari and the the Ferrari and the Porsche probably have no shot either.
Well, I mean, you'd probably have to pit for. I mean, the Porsche needs tires. The Ferrari,
Yeah.
we have to put that anyways. And you might as well put less fuel in.
I'm just gonna pick for tires anyways because I'm already there.
Yeah, he's pretty quick on this one. Boat in general is always pretty quick. I think he's actually got a fair amount of fast lap times this season. Let me see. He is going on the expert. Oh, he's only got 2 fastest lap of the race times this season, but right now, no, I don't see anyone even close to him. This might be a good one for him there, a good breakout. Let's look at his overall. So, week 1, where even is he? There he is. Week 1, he came in 2nd,
Wait, how you
and
set up
then it
the-
looks like about 4th. Wait,
Good
oh,
shot.
that's actually like 5th or 6th.
There should be
Then Ottawa, week 2, he came in
I
1st,
don't have
and then in, I want to say 3rd, 1st, and no, 4th, and then 1st
I
and
just lost
3rd,
the suspension ADV.
1st again. Oh my god, yeah, he's got a lot of first place. Got a lot of good showings here. I think he only has 1 race where he hasn't on the podium so far, if I'm reading this correctly.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna
2
have to go
races.
off the intuition.
Zandvoort and Ottawa race 2, so he did not get on the podium. Just shy of the Ottawa. Excuse me, I got a little fly here.
These
See,
two wheel change
almost got it.
the arrow.
Is there one for give it a mouse? Because I don't have it on my phone.
Try. Yeah, he's quite quick. He's got fastest lap times in. Dude, this fly is killing me. Almost. He's got fastest lap times in Zandvoort first race, Ottawa first race, and that's it so far. Speed Bump actually has 3 fastest lap times under his belt this season, so looking good for him. Obviously, this is in their class
Also, quick
specifically.
question: when tires are in negative PSI, that means it has to
They're
be
looking
up,
pretty good.
right?
Yes.
Let's take it down.
Or using Sidekick.
I'm using Tire Pro.
Okay, so if it says negative,
Auto cam go for a second here.
Yeah.
See what they got. I'll let these guys kind of focus in.
okay, so if you're using Pro tires, then you want to add.
Okay.
I wonder if this is one of those where these.
I have
Oh god,
I have
not that.
barely any practice, so I don't think I'm gonna do good this race.
Belief in thine self.
Buggy here gave us the admin code specifically to me, and he said, yeah, I can just turn the fuel rate down to 0 for me, and also tire wear. See, Buggy, aren't you just so nice?
What was it, Dapper?
Nope, it is faster.
Was that Dapper who was asking for that? Oh no, it wasn't. Who was asking for that?
Or what?
Purple? You wanted, okay.
I want admin codes. Come on, give them to me. I'll pay you.
Alright, there you
He
go.
wants his fuel to be times 306.
Let me guess, you probably put a ballast on me, didn't you? I actually don't know because I didn't see the message pop up.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You'll have quite the hot lap, I promise.
Wait, for Tire Pro, it's the increase, right?
If it says negative, it's increase, but if it says positive, decrease.
Okay.
Now let me get my hot lap set up. Actually, I need to put more fuel into it.
Are you guys actually doing no stop or one stop?
One stop. You could do a one stop. You could. Don't recommend it.
Everyone in the EU race did a stop,
Yeah, I noticed that.
and I think it would be quicker to not do a stop. Just about.
Well, can you hold enough fuel for it?
I used pretty much what the BMW's fuel tank would be. I used
Well,
about
we have
110.
200% fuel rate.
Yeah, I know. I did the race. EU.
Oh.
You just use fixed gear for the turns. That way you have food.
I think at maximum, you'll have to coast maybe 1 or 2 laps. But I think you can do one stop, just about. I mean, no stop, just about.
Yeah, but what if someone's like in the way of you coasting?
Exactly.
Coast somewhere else.
But like, what if like that's
Speed
like
not
your
active.
main coasting spot?
Could I try your setup?
Come on now. Play nice.
You
Oh, yeah,
wanted the
for myself.
admin codes.
Oh, oh my gosh, all that weight.
Yeah, it comes off real quickly there.
Boogie, can I get ownership to the Discord server?
Sure. Well, just be prepared to give up most of your life Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, checking
I
in
was
on the
planning
weekends.
Just be prepared to
shutting
give
it
up.
all down. To be
Actually,
honest.
oh god, that is not the right
Oh
thing
well,
to say.
that I can't control. That's up to Josh.
I'm the
Yeah.
owner now.
Yeah, that's like a Josh ownership perk.
See,
You know, I
Josh is like the executive producer for this.
Yeah, he's
do
Dick
have-
Wolf.
Season champion role.
Yeah, he's like
I've never won a
what would you
season.
call him?
So I'm basically cool.
He's like our board of director. Sort of.
Yeah, exactly.
The director.
He's
I don't know what not
the
like-
shareholder.
Yeah, he holds one share. There's only one share to hold.
Yeah. Exactly. It's more like he's like regional manager and I'm assistant to the regional manager, I'd say is how I describe the dynamic. Yeah.
Mr.
Right.
Street.
Yeah.
Buggy Street.
Do I get access to the big red button?
I have 2 big red buttons. One's a horn, one's hazard lights. They're about the size of like a yodel. Maybe a
I
little
just got
bigger.
new TV.
I know, ring ding. Yeah.
Okay, wait,
Big
did you
What about
actually
the
make?
ballast button? Make everybody slower.
Did you actually make my car go faster? Or no?
What? No, I just put your car back to 0. No ballast.
Thank God. I was like, okay.
No, I can't. You can't do negative ballast. It's not a thing.
Guys,
I've
should we-
tested it.
Did we
Oh,
do
I just
medium
ran out
tires
of
for the
fuel.
race?
Oh, that's why you're
Did we
just.
do medium tires for the race?
Well, yeah,
I
because I'm running 2 laps of fuel.
I would It's gonna depend on your drive style probably, because mediums are gonna be pretty close by the end. So it'll depend on how confident you are on
What do you mean
shitty
pretty
tires.
close?
Well, here's
Nah,
a
You'll have lower
our
grip towards
mediums,
the end.
especially if you're
question.
pitting do mediums, they had so much more life than what everyone thought they would.
Oh, real good. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of life in mediums. Surprisingly. And here's the thing with softs.
Because
if you
it'll make
mess
one
up,
pit
it-
faster if you don't switch your tires.
I just
So here's the thing with the sauce is if you mess up or like say or your driving style is a little too aggressive, then you'll get them too hot and they'll die.
Indeed. I can't even warm up the damn
I
medium.
have no practice, so
RP,
I can't even.
app
I
not
don't
active
even
EDUP.
know what to do.
You drive with instinct.
try.
I just gotta hope for the best.
I think
You gotta
mediums
say
do
to
the whole
yourself,
race.
I am speed.
You just gotta
I'm
drive.
Lightning McQueen. I'm Lightning McQueen.
Good chow.
Kurgachow.
Kerchiga might.
Kerchow.
I don't know if
Do
you
I
changed
have-
it, so I can't-
Exeter's personal best during offline practice is only 0.007 ahead of Speed's current personal best that he just set. That's pretty close. It's pretty close.
He
That's a fluke.
consistently get 120. Even with maximum and low nuts, bro.
Looking. See what
Oh,
else
that's a
is
good thing.
close around here. Nothing else too crazy.
Crazy.
Mogo still in
Okay.
here waiting to go.
I was crazy
Mo.
once.
Everyone be like, Mo, go. Actually, it'd be kind of like a. You guys know Guy's Grocery Games, like Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
Familiar.
All right.
I've heard of Guys Grocery Games once or twice.
Yeah, it has like one guy.
Yeah. Is that the guy
has-
from he's got like that Tournament of Champions show, I think?
I have no idea.
I thought it was just the guy. That
We're a big Guy Fieri household. I'm making fun of my wife, sorry.
I just know him as the
Fieri
guy
is
who
fucking
just
sweet, don't you dare.
absolutely loved to
Huh?
eat. Like he'll basically like anything you'll put in front of him. With the note of it being good. He'll eat anything as long as it's good.
I don't think he'd eat an RB21 race car.
He just might.
Has he tried a sausage roll from Greg's?
Who's Greg?
I don't know.
Where?
Jesus
Anyone
Christ.
know Ronnie Pickering?
Yeah, my wife went to culinary school, and she had to write a paper about like a chef, and her professor wouldn't let her write it about Guy Fieri.
What?
Yeah, they said
Big
he was not a
material.
professional chef, and this was like before
Okay.
like people used Twitter to contact celebrities all the time and stuff like that. So like in hindsight, that would have been cool to just reach out to him and be like, hey, can you like tell her you're a real chef so I can write a paper about you? You know he would have done something.
I mean, he's got a restaurant. I've ate at it. Isn't that like the only qualification?
He's got he's got a lot going on anyway. I feel like he
Isn't he-
definitely has. He runs a championship tournament where he rates other chefs. I feel like
Well,
He doesn't really rate him.
He's more of a critique than a chef, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
he
more like.
eats food more than he does make food.
Except he just like loves everything he eats. So.
Except eggs. No eggs.
Oh,
What if it's
yeah, right.
a educational sense? Does he have a like bachelor's or degree in it?
my wife.
No.
What is-
Guy Fieri?
Oh, Guy
Does he
Fieri.
have, like, a
I don't know if he's got
educational
that degree.
background in
No.
it?
Not the
The
guy
only
with the
thing
funny
he has
hair.
degree in is in
Because if
business.
not, that's probably why they're saying like he's not a professional.
Didn't he almost die from eating too much?
I don't recall.
Nah, I remember him having to like cancel
Oh, for fuck's
the
sake.
show. I might be wrong.
You know that would be. I know this
That's
probably-
why that
Sorry.
Joey Chestnut switched to vegan hot dogs or something, because he was like, getting indigestion from all the beef ones or something like that.
Bro, for real, you should try a vegan sausage roll from Greg's.
You know, honestly, like the vegan alternatives of like meats is not that bad anymore.
It
Yeah,
used
but
to
I
be
don't agree with
putrid.
it because I like steak.
Well, vegan hamburger is fucking good.
Nah, I think everyone
I
should.
don't
A lot of it's not
understand
good
this
for you.
car.
Early vegan food was
Like-
putrid.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
All
I'm
the,
scarred by what it used to be. Like, I know it's nowhere near that anymore, but like I remember,
Look,
like,
this
OG
is what will
vegan
save
stuff
you.
was, yeah, like, it stays with me.
Does someone have
This
a
is what will
GT3
save you. It
BMW setup?
will bacon. Or no, not a bacon. Whopper, the Impossible Whopper.
Does someone
Yeah.
have a
Those
good
are not that
BMW
good.
setup?
It's still better than the old school vegan opening salad for the new.
I've had a Beyond Burger before, whatever they're called. Like, they're not that
Yeah.
bad.
So Impossible meat is the best. That you
I'll
can
never
get.
eat any of
Impossible
that shit.
specific.
So
I mean, it's
Yo,
just
dude,
food.
look at the sodium levels.
It's
of
just
it.
beans.
Yeah, like, it's
Does someone
just
have a good BMW setup?
more food.
Wait, like so there's Beyond Meat, which
What
is,
the fuck?
in my opinion, not as good as Impossible Meat, but they're both decent though.
People seem to be saying.
It's definitely better than like what it used to be, because I imagine what you're thinking of what it used to be is like basically just a bunch of ground
Forgot to
like,
turn
vegetables and then squash
a
them
break.
together.
For the most part, that is essentially how it tasted, at least.
They significantly
Does
improve
someone have a
those
good
fried
BMW
chicken.
setup?
Like a fried chicken patty has also gotten pretty good. Granted, it tastes like a school chicken patty, so it's not that impressive, but it's still.
RP, app not active. E good
Wait, what's a
BMW
patty?
setup.
Oh, it's like
I thought patty was beef.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
okay,
you
well,
can
can
do
have
different types of patty. Patty's the shape.
yeah.
It's a minced circle.
Yeah, like it's usually like ground up of anything in like a circle or in like a disc.
Yeah. But then there's like Jamaican beef patties and stuff, which is slightly
That's what I'm
different.
used to.
Usually when
That's
people say
like
like patty without any other things set to it, it's usually beef.
See, I always think of like the Jamaican beef patties personally, but I knew what you meant. Like, I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
I
Alright,
fucking
so
It's
love
content.
Jamaican.
It's just it's what you grew up used to. I'm pretty sure, you know.
My fingers are so cold.
I grew up chewing on Lego bricks
Well
and
then, like,
whatnot.
lick your fingers.
That'll happen.
It's gonna make it colder.
You guys are all bunched up. That's really funny. Look at you.
Yo, is Patchy talking about being high or being high on the leaderboard?
I think high up on the leaderboard.
RP,
Does someone
app
have
not
a good
Because
active. E
for
good
his
BMW setup.
for his class, yeah, he's doing pretty good.
Does
Don't forget, like
someone
the
have a good
leaderboard.
BMW setup?
I
I
think someone
thought
said
he's in.
like one. Oh no, not yet.
Good beamer
I
setup.
thought Patchy was expert.
Yeah.
No, Patchy was.
Patchy's in
I don't see him in
amateur.
chat.
Oh, okay.
He's in pro, I think, for MX5.
People are sharing everything but
Yeah, he was
BMW
doing
setup.
pretty
That's
good in
crazy.
like the first couple split races.
I don't think
There's
they
a
have any.
there's a
to
really good
share.
BMW setup on Setup Exchange if you have that. That's what I used in the EU race.
I know we're not looking for setups.
Is it the
10
top
seconds
one?
before quali.
Yeah, it's the
Top.
top of the game.
Yeah, for me, I would just like.
I mean, that'd be ridiculous, you know? Thank God.
Nah. You gotta mess with it.
I'm only
every-
asking for a friend.
Here, look, I have a
It is
Mercedes one. Hope the house.
Yeah, the top one on Setup Exchange for the BMW.
You guys can have my Rari setup, but I don't think it's going to do any good.
Bro, it took forever to validate the setup.
The Rari setup.
Rari,
You got
yeah.
that,
Damn.
that
You're an ass boogie.
A Ford Escort.
Yeah, that's what you need. Connection issue. Oh, did I just get booted?
Oh, he got booted from his own server.
That's wild.
It's for sharing this
crazy.
setup.
That's
It's so
crazy.
despicable.
Is
I
there
set the
much
setup and it
engine
booted me.
braking?
It's like, no, you can't do that. That's against the rules.
Ford Escort is not a GT3 car.
Alright, I'm coming back. Good luck, everybody.
Bye.
Alright.
Alright.
Hello, champs.
While this loads up there, we got, ooh, looks like a big spread here in the chat, at least listening in. Take a look at the live timing since we're missing the first couple seconds here. We're actually going to miss the first go
You
around.
can come around if you want.
The Diet Oxygen, I think, is actually going to be the first one to start us off
Mogo.
on a
Diet
clean
Oxygen,
one,
I'm
but
on
he's
jet lag
got
here.
purple behind him and Mogo
Oh.
behind that.
You distracted me.
Ah, shit.
Nice one.
Oh, well, I just got a good run here, so.
Avoids a little bit of contact. Mogo's got a good run in, so Purple's going to let
Good
him
stuff.
go through, it seems. And we'll head right back out to the action.
Ooh, deep there.
Let's
Oh,
take
you go
a
pretty
look.
cordage, just brake light.
Get everything
Yes.
set back up.
Yeah, there goes that lap. Here, you go.
I mean, mine's already pretty compromised anyways, but...
I mean, mine's literally disqualified.
So Project seems to be the one starting
Feel
us
like I
off
forgot to
on a
reactivate
clean
my
lap.
Does it reset when the timer ends for poly?
Trying to fit a few more times on there. I can at least see
Shut
the
up.
top
Nope.
8 now.
I don't think so. Like, it
If you-
reloads whatever you had.
I'm gonna check. It does have my compass up.
I'm gonna be fair, since I'm
He's
only
at least
running
got
low
some
fuel, I
speed
didn't
on
set
behind
this
him.
up.
Again, he's not
Oh, that's why.
looking the cleanest. Actually, right now,
I've never
Bot
had
Lando
Apple
has
using a
a
couple
purple
back.
sector 1, so we'll try and stick with him. Project Purple with a purple sector 2. So we
guys
see
run
a
third
few
gear
guys
on the
starting to
Corkscrew?
spread out there.
It depends on our gear ratio.
Like in the BMW.
Making it look easy
Still
in that
depends on the ratio.
McLaren there. See where he ends up as the first couple people are coming around to start off their clean laps. We've got Mogo
I'll
with a
go down to
127, about Lando with a 125, so he's starting things off pretty strong for the group.
Watch those entries.
Cam is heading over to Kai, who it looks like had a little bit of a crash with Josh Penzi there. Not positive what happened. We switched over just a little bit too
But
late.
the difference in ABS is crazy.
Lando
I had
holding
it on
strong with that
5 compared
25 to
to 4.
start some
5 was
things
trying to
off.
kill
That's
me,
not too shabby.
holding my hand.
Well, let's take a look at the man
For
we've been
ABS, I always
questioning,
do like 3 or 4.
Boat, while questioning in terms of waiting for the hot
Helps
lap
me
to
rotate
start.
better instead of like
We see a 122, I think, out of him. I don't think we saw the 121 during the practice. We'll see what he can make of qual. They've got 12-kilometer-an-hour winds currently and 26-degree track temps, so a little bit warmer, a little bit faster, and it'll be a headwind in this general direction here. The Boat looking pretty good on his time. Already put a 123 in his pocket, so with the previous times, that should guarantee him at least a top 5. The clean exit out of turn 5 going to start pushing him up on his delta. 2/10 up now, heading into a rather quick left-hander, and he uses it to gain a little bit more. He's still pushing and pushing there. He's got to find about another second to get back to where he was. We'll see if the corkscrew is the key. Definitely held a good chunk. That's another quarter of a second almost, as he loses it through Rainy. Definitely on one hell of a heater. Speed bump now, sitting up top with a 23.3. He'll be out going for his next one. Let's take a look around the grid there, see who is on a hot lap. We'll start from the back there. Project Purple through turn 5. 11 seconds up, so it looks like he's been struggling to get a clean lap in so far. We'll see what he can make of this one. Heading through with some speed. He's got... Is that there? I can't tell. Senti, it looks like, in front of him. IMC, ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not really costing him too much time through Rainy. Project able to pull through and keep pushing. Good reaction, and comms
over to
between
left.
them. Hopefully a little bit more awareness during the race, but other than that, they are looking okay. Looks like Diet and Seb have a little bit of contact there.
You're good, you're good. Go ahead,
Project
I'm
goes
not on the
now
flying
to a
highway.
123.7. We'll head back to the end of the grid here and see if we can find our next leader.
I've been
Speed
struggling to
bump
make
sitting
that
pretty good
decision.
still with a 23.3. Let's take a look here at Penzi in the BMW.
The only thing is, if you're still using it,
Finding a
switch
lot
to
of time
ABS
on
if it's on
himself
5
here
anymore.
through the turn 5, but not enough to where I think that was his big incident. A 144, so he lost 20 seconds somewhere. We'll see where his big spin was. Most people have been struggling with a corkscrew, so I'd imagine that's where we'll see a big jump on the Delta in just a moment. And we do. Look at that. 15 seconds up, 16 now, and still counting. So he's got a lot more speed through here. We'll see if he knows how to handle it as he enters turn 10. Like he's done it before. And through the final turn now, almost battling into 18 seconds up on his time. We'll see where that lands him. Won't be anything too shabby, as it puts him at a 126, now sitting in P12. And I know they're fighting to keep moving through there. Let's take a look at some of the other cars. There is a Manufacturers Cup going on in the background, which we will start tallying after this week. Floaty repping the Mercedes, currently on an outlap, so we'll actually turn to one of his partners in crime, Seb, on an outlap. The Mercedes team doesn't seem to be interested. All right, so a little bit of time to gain here from Diet. If he can make up 4 seconds in a turn, we'll see something pretty good here. And it was a little ambitious, but I was hoping I was kidding. Okay. Diet Oxygen setting a personal best there with a 139.4. Still not knocking him off of the P15 position. He's got a little bit more to gain, so we'll see if he can keep it all together on this next one. Take a look over at Boat. Seems to be struggling to catch up to Speed Bump in the BMW. Could be an issue of traffic, as you see all the racers behind him. He's got a clean run going now. Ooh, big curve at turn 6, and that will cost him. Chalk that up to a little bit of broadcaster's curse. He'll move over and let Mo go by. We are unable to grab on the first go, but we'll grab him into the corkscrew as you see the train of cars looking to get in front here. It's a tighter grid for sure, so these guys are going to be trying to get ahead 15 spots. And it looks like the top 3 are narrow together. The next 4 after that, the next 3 after that are pretty close. Everyone's got a few to fight with. Kai actually just shy of joining that 126 crew, so we'll check in with him shortly here. And Diet, the only one to not set what I would imagine is a clean lap, but he's going to do so now with the 129. Can he shave 3 more seconds off? He's got 5 minutes here. Kai is on an outlap, so we'll stick with Diet and see if he's got enough fuel to make it around one more time here. These guys are going to have to pit. We've got a 45-minute race. Light fog settling in now, so they've got a 11-kilometer-an-hour crosswind through both big straights at 23 degrees on the track, so that'll actually cool off the tires. Not sure if it will help or hurt these guys.
So could you possibly go medium? Or would it be risk?
I think
Because
you
the tire
can.
change takes really long, so it's probably not going to
So it'd be best to go hard.
Ooh, and Diet takes it off the edge of the corkscrew. He's got Seb trying to race through him for his hot lap in the Mercedes. He's He's actually got a little bit of speed to him right now. Lost some of it there through turn 10. And actually losing significant amount of time after that. Must have had a real bad exit. But gains a little following the final turn. He's still going to have to do a little bit more work. About 2 or 3 laps left remaining for everybody. Boat now finally has cracked into the 22s where we saw him during practice. We see Speed Bump and Purple both desperately trying to find their way in as well. Speed Bump actually on pace at the moment. He's just got to have a clean exit here, which he does. Loses a little bit of time, but still within striking range. He's just got to hang on. Definitely pushing to the limit here. Going a little wide through turn 10, hopefully still looking clean.
And it sent
From
me
what I
into
can
space.
tell, that purple sector 2 is going to be carrying him through, but as he rounds the final turn, this could get him into the 22s.
Like, I didn't think it would cause me to do that.
And it does, a 22.8, so that's going to send it back over to Boat. We'll see if Boat can make something happen. He is just a little bit shy of the pace right now. Kai also, he'll get a fresh lap in. We'll see if following the leaders can help him out, or one of the leaders rather.
I feel great.
No remorse. Send them into prison right now.
So Project Purple now, the last one of the 23s standing. There's going to be about a 1 second gap by the time Project gets his legs under him. He'll have an outlap here. And then I do anticipate he'll find a way to crack those final 2/10ths. Maybe not to end qual, but at some point during the race, I can see him finding that. Two minutes remaining until overtime for qual, so I'm sure we'll see the last couple guys getting ready to leave the pits. Hopefully they've thought about that. Any tweaks they want to make now is their final chance. They've got to get rolling about now, I'd say. It looks like Speed Bump will be taking his time, as will Floaty, Zach, and Josh Penzi. Todd Moonbounce there as well. Apologies, in the Ferrari.
Oh.
Keeping an eye on Kai here because he's got a chance at getting into the 26s. I'll have a chance for one more lap, but I don't know if he'll take it. And he will. Might even be a 25. Just shy. So he's actually real close to Josh Penzi there. He's going to get one more lap. So he'll have a chance to at least crack that top 12 position. Let's take a look around. Boat still trying to find the time. He's on his last lap now. Already a 10th down. Had a little bit of traffic from the looks of things. So he might be missing out on that P1 spot because of it. I'm not sure. Definitely hard to tell. As we weren't watching, but he seems to be losing a 10th at a time through some of these turns. Speed may have this one. We'll check in with Project Purple behind. He's actually doing pretty good. Hopefully he can hang on. If he gets close enough, he might even be able to ride a little bit of a tow somewhere.
I'm just worried because
It's going to be a hard corkscrew. But he exits with a tremendous amount of speed. He's looking good. Hopefully this is a clean lap for him still. Certainly pushing that car to the limit as we saw with Speed Bump. Great force through turn 10. Coming around the final bend here.
Yeah, but I stole a...
Ooh, and a hard bump to the corner, and that's going to cost him. Oh, one corner, one curb, and that does it. An excellent run by Project Purple there. So we definitely know he can see that 22 in his sights. Kai still sits with the 26
Wait, if
to
the laps
11.
are a minute 20 and you
got
have 32
Seb
laps
Bellew
of fuel,
going
I feel
on
like that
there.
would be enough fuel to make it to the end, wouldn't it?
Exeter as well.
Yeah,
So-
but my estimated laps is 32.4. My estimated laps is 32.4
Check it.
though.
That's what the fuel calculator.
So
or-
one thing to consider is the EU guys did do 32 laps, but that doesn't mean that the pace is going to be the same for both races. So 32.4 means that you may have to conserve a little bit to stretch it to 35. Doesn't mean it's a bad plan. It just means you might have to conserve on purpose.
What tires are you guys on?
Mediums.
Mediums.
Yeah, softs are not. I mean, unless it's really cold. softs
Yeah,
are
but
the
should you
best,
put
and you
hard-
have
It
to-
is
So you
pretty
put
cold right
hards
now.
on?
That is good that you're taking that into
Nah.
account.
Nah, not the hard.
I'm not
So
driving that aggressively.
medium
Does
it
not
is,
sound like
medium it
hard
is.
tires are going to be a tire of choice, so to
It's not
speak.
really an
So
endurance race.
pretty good. These guys
And,
are
for my
definitely
tire
picking up some
temps, is
tips throughout the season.
There's 18
I feel like if you watch back
left
to
and
our first few
17 right.
broadcasts, you'll see some of these guys.
Yeah.
I think we should
You know,
force,
trying out
two different
different
compounds,
tires. I
make
think
it
we've
really
even
interesting.
seen a hard
Or-
tire
I
usage
don't know.
somewhere throughout
Who's
the
the
season.
hardest?
That'd be sketchy.
Maybe in the 2X race. I
You
can't
need-
Actually,
remember
no, that's a
where
good
we
idea.
did that one.
Everybody in
That is a good idea.
the highest ranks, you could only run hard
Yeah, right.
with maximum maximum.
We're not
tire
doing this as we're getting on the grid to race.
I mean, if tire change wasn't so slow,
How
I guess
much
if everyone
fuel
had to
should I
do
put
it,
in
but
that?
a medium
Oh,
soft
sorry.
or a soft medium would definitely be a good strategy.
Okay.
That should be a meme race. Maximum tire pressure.
How much?
Hard.
How much
So
fuel should
they
I put
can't
in when
hear
I
me,
pit?
but maximum tire pressure with the NASCARs,
You gotta
I
go
believe
with
it
what you're
was,
starting with.
that we were using.
I'm gonna start with
Um,
max.
They, if
to
you
finish
maxed out
on
the
this
tire
one.
pressure,
Unless you
were
need to
like
for
perfect to
BMW,
stay
it's
around the
110.
oval. I don't know why.
Race time. I don't even have the stream pulled up. That's my food.
Guys, what should I put? Like, how much?
I
fuel
think it
should
might have
add
even
when I
been
pit?
for MX5. It might just be oval racing physics
Depends when you
in
bid.
general in AC, like
It's a good
maxing
thing we
out
have endless restarts, though.
tire
That's
pressure
nice.
on a bunch of
What?
cars. Kind of helps you out.
If only.
We restart if I run out of fuel on lap 20.
Yes. Let's all agree on that. How do we get the stream? I don't see it anymore.
In the announcements channel.
Ah, there it is. Thank you.
And he found it. Look at that. I was going to help him out. Alright, so your starting order. Did Bo get it back?
Nice.
Bo
That's
did
the
get it
equivalent
back.
of screen watching, though, like when you played GoldenEye back in the day. So I
Weren't-
don't think you can watch the
wasn't
screen
paying
and race at the
attention.
same
We
time.
actually
No, I'm
missed
sending
it.
to family.
Boat got it back at the last second there.
Hi,
Also,
Pam.
So
So, the
22.85
car- I don't know if you guys been practicing on
speed
mediums
bumps
or not, but like they feel
22.86.
completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've been practicing. Like I'm like a second.
And with all
Looks
that fuel,
like
in it,
just
man,
a
T1
slight
is
difference in
slower.
top
be
speed.
Actually, like almost the whole lap, the first lap out.
Yeah, and he is correct. The first
that's
lap
what
out,
PB
hopefully
on
we get a
mediums.
lot of extreme
Like
caution
I'm like
here.
almost second and a half.
Triple
half
caution,
slower
Samir type of stuff.
mediums and
Take your pit stop.
yep,
Your
get
fuel.
your pit strategies ready. Get all that stuff done now.
Well, yeah.
So medium
Alright,
is
so let's
probably
take
good.
our look.
Lovely.
We've got Boat leading us
I'm
off.
not looking
Speed
forward to
bump,
turn one.
Project,
Good
Scent,
luck.
Good luck, guys.
Lando, Exeter, Mogo, Seb, Floaty, Patchy,
Yeah, good luck,
Zach,
guys.
Josh, Kai,
Good luck.
Todd, and Diet. It's one healthy
Yep,
looking
have fun.
grid.
Yep.
What's that? 15 racers on, so definitely nothing too shabby. Give these boys a little rev of the engine from the pit lane there. But we will grab on to Boat there
Alright,
now.
Good luck, guys.
Lights away. Remember, 45 minutes of action, so it will be a single race to show off their skills. And away we go. Great start from Project Purple there. Looks like we got a little bit of movement in the back. That's going to be hairy towards turn one. These guys have advised each other that they all should go through turn one with some caution, and we see immediately a little crash there. A lot of racers getting caught up in this one.
Bro, I got hit
Josh
from
Penzi
behind.
still stuck. We've got Kai, Patchy, and Exeter all caught in this one here. Exeter now in the back, moving through. We're going to move our way back up to the front. So
I gotta
Boat
get
seems
from
to have
behind.
escaped the chaos, so he's going free. Project Purple trying to chase him down. We've got Scent and Mogo behind. Let's see where Speed Bump is. Zach and Speed Bump going side
That's
by
the race
side
leader.
there. Speed Bump manages to move on through. Looks like we're actually starting to get a little bit of a straighter line now. I see a little bit of movement up ahead. We'll see Speed Bump makes his way through. Floaty desperately trying to get his positions back. He is flying. I hear someone going out. That sounds like Floaty goes wide on the corkscrew. We'll hang out for a second here because I anticipate, yep, another one. That'll be Bot Lando going out. Two racers entering as the rest of the grid comes through. And they all managed to enter relatively cleanly. Josh going a little bit slower than Botlando, so we might see some contact here on turn 10. Botlando pulls out to avoid it, finds himself going wide after pulling wide to avoid Patchy as well. Definitely some cautious driving is good, but starting to cost him a little bit of spots. Todd Moonbounce going wide, dropping down towards the back of the grid. A lot of position changes happening in the back here. We obviously don't want to ignore the front, but you'll get a nice little peek here at the action. You can see that three-way battle going on involving Mogo, Speed, and Scent. Patchy drops down a single position to Bot Lando as we see the racers bunching back up again. We'll try and grab onto Diet as he leads this pack. Speed Bump now passing Mogo. An excellent run there from Speed, just moving, but Mogo manages to get position back. Seems like we've got a lot of
Why
fighting
are my
going
tire
on.
temps so cool?
We're getting closer to the kink, so Speed Bump is going to drop back for just a second to let them even out. Diet falls back and lets most of the pack go through. Exeter's going to have to find a way to get there with them. Patchy looking for a way through. Josh heading into the corkscrew. I don't know if he's going to find it before. He'll have to think about something after, and he does with a nicely executed late braking opportunity. Makes his way through and gains another position. Exeter now has the cleaner exit, so he will make his way past Diet. And you can hear Floaty in the Mercedes looking to get past his teammate Josh Penzie going off track there, finding himself towards the back of the pack again. We'll see if he's able to get on. He is before Kai gets around, but those two will be fighting now. Big battle here for P11 as the rest of the grid's starting to separate. Pretty electric stuff here. Floaty looking for his final opportunity. I think this might be what he's needing. Oh, but an early braking opportunity to cut the inside. Looked like a good move, but he ended up coming off the power just a little bit to avoid contact, and he'll have to make another run. Josh managing to stay ahead of Kai. It looks like Kai spins off, letting Moonbounce go through as well. That'll be a spin through turn 2. Floaty still struggling to find that way through. Diet really just sticking to his line, not doing anything too crazy, but it is more than enough as Floaty seems to be cautious, knowing that it's a long race. There's still 40 minutes left. They'll have an opportunity. And speaking of opportunities, Diet goes off. That'll be Floaty's chance. Josh has a rough go of the corkscrew, but unfortunately does not give it an opportunity for Diet to get through. Or sorry, get back on. Let's take a look around the grid here. So Boat in the Ferrari looking pretty good. He's actually slowly chipping away at his time as the fuel load lightens up. You can see 4 seconds in the distance there. Project Purple chasing him down in the Audi. I see Speed Bump holding a purple sector 2, but Boat currently holds a purple sector 1 on this lap. See him flying through turn 5 there. I'll give you a sense of the gap. So Project Purple being chased down by Speed Bump, now only 2.7 seconds behind, previously in the 3-second range. Senti and Mogo having a little bit of a battle there. Sent seeing his BMW teammate and Mogo seeing his Ferrari teammate both up ahead are definitely going to be feeling the pressure to dig deep and start moving their way back towards the front of that pack. We do have a little bit of action breaking on through Seb and Botlando for P8. You can see in the background there, Apache is going for a run on Exeter. Here's Zach D going through the dirt. That'll cost him a little bit of acceleration as both cars start to move towards him. Now a three-way battle for P6 between the McLaren, Mercedes, and the BMW. The final turn of lap 4 looking good. Zach, another brush up there with the dirt. Going to cost him a little bit of speed, but that's a quick BMW. Quick off the line at least, so these guys will have to wait a little longer to get their run. Ooh, Sev has to watch on the inside as that McLaren of Botlando comes flying through. Does manage to hold a position. Seb's going to be looking to try and squeeze the nose through, but pulls off at the last second. Again, decides less is more at this stage in the race. And he's going to try and let Botlando take a stab at the man in front for a little bit here. Back up front, we do see Mogo still managing to hold off that BMW behind him of Scent. These guys are fighting pretty hard. I think Patchy actually may have had a little brush up with the dirt himself, as we see him now 4.5 seconds away from Exeter. We'll take a quick glance in and see how he's doing. He's actually defending Floaty behind now. So Floaty, oh, of course, as we look away, Zach D manages to go off, unfortunately, letting Seb and Botlando through. So we just missed a little bit of action through the corkscrew there. So Zach's been pushing pretty hard. That's why he's brushing up with the dirt here and there. We'll see. Maybe he'll reel in the line just a little bit. It'll slow down the lap time, but that consistency seems to be key as we see a couple other racers spinning out now. Josh Penzie, I think, having a rough go through the corkscrew once more. Saw that earlier when Diet had his brush up. 37 minutes remaining, well, just over. You can see Kai now actually looking for a chance at moon bounce in the Ferrari. That Audi sounds pretty good, but does it have the power to catch up on this straight? Does look like he's at least close enough to make use of the draft towards the end. And slightly later on the brakes could give him the chance he's looking for. And the brush up with the dirt says otherwise. Now sitting just over a second away. We're going to turn over to Zach. Still pushing and pushing hard enough that he is close to the Canadian man Seb Bellew in front. That Mercedes is heavy, so up the hill, Zach's definitely going to have a little bit more advantage, especially out of some of these turns. So Seb desperately trying to make it back to the front straight where he can give the car a little bit of air before Zach catches up. But one turn left, Zach's going to try and cut to the inside, realizes he's not going to have the pace just yet. And he'll try and slot in for the draft. This is Seb's chance to put a little bit of space, but it might not be enough. Zach is desperately looking for a move through. We'll see if he can get one here. I think he's going to have to wait till turn 6 probably with the way that Mercedes can hang on through some of these first couple bends. Definitely making use of these turns though. Zach narrowly avoiding most of the curves. The broadcasters cursed him there a little bit. I do apologize because I jinxed that one, but that does give Seb a little bit of breathing room. So the turn 6 strategy looking a little bit weak. We'll see if maybe we can get a little bit lucky, but I don't see that happening here. He does carry a lot of speed through, manages to close the gap down to within a second again, but I don't think that's exactly what we were looking for. Speed bump, looking for an opportunity on Project Purple in the Audi up ahead in the battle for P2. Both these guys are closing in at pretty similar rates. We'll see if, again, Zach trying very hard to get the move through before the final straightaway. Wants to see if he can find himself in front or at least close enough to make use of the draft. Which for the moment he cannot. Going wide once more. They'll have to fight for the next couple turns. We're going to look over to Speed Bump now. As we do, see him recovering, so a little bit of a rough turn 2, or sorry, turn 3. He's probably been staring at those taillights purple for a little while now, slowly making his way through. So he was involved in that first incident there. He was looking really, really good. I think he's made up, I want to say, about 7 positions. I do see it's turning into a 3-way battle for P7 as Exeter seems to have caught up. Actually, Zach now going to go for a move into turn 5 and pulls it off rather successfully. He'll have a lot of speed through there, and he'll be able to take a full line through turn 6 and carry through with ease. Exeter, his fellow teammate, looking for a chance to move ahead. Again, there is a Manufacturer's Cup, so every point matters. If these guys can knock them back just a little bit more, that will certainly help. Speaking of 3-way battles, it actually looks like we got a good grouping going on. Oh, I spoke a little too soon in the battle for P12. Todd, feeling the heat, goes wide, takes the runoff, though, to avoid causing too much chaos on the track. Gives Josh the opportunity to move through, and Todd as well. We'll turn our attention back to the battle for P7, though, as they are starting to bunch up behind Zach, looking for the move on, Exeter looking for the move on Seb to join Zach in front. We'll see if we can get the 2 Beamers in line. Lando ahead of them in a McLaren, so they've got 7 seconds to close. Ooh, and a little bit of contact there between the Canadian and Exeter. Both racers keep moving. That'll give Patchy a chance to through goes Hamilton it just a little bit. Cost them a single position. Exeter, though, going to be looking for a way to get that back. He's going to be hunting down that Porsche in front. These guys are now 8 laps in. I want to say they were talking about pit stops around the 16-lap mark. So we have some time there, still 32 minutes remaining as we see all 3 racers with a clean line into the Rahal straight. Gonna look now at Project Purple, trying to defend once more from Speed Bump within 0.8 seconds now. Oh, and of course, as we do, we get a little wheel-to-wheel action between Patchy and Exeter. Exeter pulling back just a little bit as Patchy pushes in through turn 9. It's certainly been good action all throughout the race. Hard to ignore the Kai and Josh battle going on as we head into the corkscrew with these guys. The Audi, the BMW, and I want to say Todd Moonbound's back there. Yes, he is in the Ferrari. Jumping around. I know we're going to start to get a little dizzy here, but bear with me. We don't want to miss anything. So 0.6 seconds now separating Speed Bump and Project Purple as they head towards the corkscrew. We do see Boat has passed Diet Oxygen, so that's going to be the first person lapped in the race. Speed Bump looking for a way through, a little brush up, just some light rubbing his racing moments there, nothing too bad. Project manages to keep it on the track through Rainy as Speed Bump trying to get another opportunity for a move here. We do see Exeter and Patchy. Exeter trying to line one up himself, 0.3 seconds away from the Porsche ahead. We've got an opportunity here, though, for Speed Bump if he can take a little bit of a later move. Josh Penzi trying to line one up on Kai. We might have 3 swaps in the leaderboard in the next few turns. We'll see what happens. Speed Bump looking for the chance again, but ends up having to pull back. Can't get the move through on Project. Definitely a little bit of frustration there as we see a flash of the headlights. Exeter looking to make something happen on Patchy in front. We'll switch over there, give those guys a little bit of breathing space. Patchy doing a great job defending that P8. There's a little bit of chaos that he was able to make use of, but strong use of it he did. We do see Seb has taken a pit, it looks like. So he's going for the early pit strategy, the undercut, if you will. See if this triggers any sort of reaction from the men in front. Speed Bump now makes his way through on Project Purple. And looks like Speed is now starting to make his move. So he's got 12 seconds and 30 minutes. That's a little bit to work through. We'll take a look at Boat, see how he looks into the first turn. Already in the green on his Delta. And even on the exit, yep, he'll get right back towards it. So definitely some consistency there as we see Speed and Project going side to side. These guys definitely giving each other the squeeze here. It is some tight wheel-to-wheel action, both looking for their easiest way through, but neither giving an inch. Traffic here is going to play a role in a moment. Hopefully Diet stays out of the way because these guys are coming through with a force, whether he's ready for it or not. Speed bump going to go to the outside of the Mercedes there. Project going to pull back a little bit, so he'll have to wait another turn. Ooh, or not, as Diet able to stick to the outside and give Project a line through, or give the Project a racing line through to let these guys continue fighting. Nice line of cars in through the Rahal Straight. Mogo not too far. That's the blue speck you see in the background there. So he's entering the corkscrew now before these guys have even fully exited. So certainly within an opportunity or two. Exeter and Patchy working their way through turn 6. Again, another wheel-to-wheel battle that's been going on for a bit here, going back and forth between the two of them. That Porsche definitely struggling to get back in front of the BMW through these turns, but we'll see what happens on the straight. It's got a lot of speed with it. Just dying a little, don't mind me. But we are back. So, Exeter now putting a little bit of distance between him and Patchy for the time being. Project Purple and Speed Bump, though, they have not given up on their fight. That is for sure. They are looking pretty damn good. This is something else. It looks like Josh and Kai are going to go back at it one more time here. Josh only 0.2 seconds away from the Audi in front of Kai. Man, you can see those brakes really heating up as Josh slams his way through. Kai cuts to the inside just in time to close the door on the BMW, looking for a way into the P11 spot. Not giving him an inch just yet. Gonna make him work for it. We've seen him get close before.
Come on around,
he hasn't made use of the opportunity. You do see Boat behind them in the pink Ferrari, which means we're actually not too far from the battle of Speed Bump and Project. It did cost them a little bit of time as they went from 12 seconds back to 15. So they've certainly got a lot to make up. Seb now lapping in clean air as he is in P14 there. He's got the leaders right behind them, but he's on fresh tires and he's got a full tank. Josh nearly making contact with Boat in P1 there as he makes it through. Got actually all these guys getting closer and closer together. We'll latch onto Todd Moonbounce and see if we can't at least watch the action ahead. The Ferrari sandwiching in this battle of the BMW and the Audi. Josh versus Kai as we head into the straight. Josh is going to go for it here, pulling alongside to get a little wheel-to-wheel action. Kai's got to give him the space now. They're alongside each other. Who's going to make the later move? And it's going to be Kai going deep through turn 1, so that'll give Josh the opportunity to finally stay ahead. Project, though, looking for a chance into turn 1 on Speed Bump, not too far behind these guys. Speed going a little bit defensive. They've got Seb behind them, so he's backed off to let them continue fighting towards the man in front. doesn't look like that lap traffic is really costing him any time. These guys haven't cracked into the 14-second marker yet. It's been 6 minutes since I said they had 12 to make up, I want to say. And we haven't really seen any pits start to go off 20 minutes into the race here. Ooh, speed, a little brush up with the dirt. Manages to save it and get back on, so he'll be fighting with Mogo through turn 6. Not too far back, though. Still within 3 seconds of Project Purple ahead. But now it'll be on Project to start to cut the gap towards the Ferrari in front. Long line of cars through the corkscrew. Again, Seb in the mix there after his pit. We'll see, what tires did he end up putting on? I want to say he stuck with mediums, so no surprise there. Zach seems to be the only one going soft strategy in the BMW. Actually, we got Josh doing it as well. So we'll see how that plays off for them. Mogo trying to hunt down that Audi in front. Now we're trying to keep an eye on the gapping there, but also don't want to lose where speed bump is. Seb gonna let Mogo go. It's a bit of a tricky situation when you've got lapped cars involved. With Zach, Exeter, and Patchy all together here. It looks like Zach's gonna pull off. He might be the start of the real wave of pits here. So Seb with the alternative strategy. And we will now see Zach go through. Todd Moonbounce looking for a way past Kai, but we're definitely curious to see where Zach comes out. So we did already have 2 cars go through. I'm not sure if he's doing fresh. Oh, no, he did do soft, so he will have to do fresh tires. It'll be a bit of a longer stop. He gets moving now. It's going to be a pretty tight one there. I think he'll get out in front of Josh, as it's not a full 30 seconds for him. They do have to use the full pit exit. Oh, and Zach does not, unfortunately. We'll address that. I'm going to chalk that up to a lack of knowledge there. Ooh, and we do see the first leader go. Boat, I think, just doing a gas and go situation. As we see him get right back out and on the gas. See where he ends up coming out. So that'll put him in 5th position ahead of Lando. Very interesting here. So this is starting to, the gaps are formed enough where people can make some clean pit stops. I'd say Floaty's got a chance to do one here. Exeter looking for a chance to pass Patchy, but Lando could go for his pit right now on this lap as well, if he hasn't already.
Whoa.
He has not. Both the only man in front who has. We had a big spin there. Who's that one? Looks like Mogo. It's going to be a close re-entry. He stays on the inside, so he stays out of harm's way. That is going to let Boat get past him, and Boat has already done his pit stop, so that would be a hard recovery. But the men in front of him have not, so still some hope for him there. We are getting closer to the 20-minute mark. We're going to tag in with Project Purple here. And as I suspected, that wave is triggered there, so Zach has definitely called for the strategy. Speed bump, going to go for something a little bit different. Seb already having pit will keep moving as well. So looks like the Beamers know something we don't, as they're going to keep pushing through. Only 17 laps used here. So they're going to go for a real late pit and see how that one pans out for him. Senti looking pretty good. He's got Boat and Mogo, the 2 Ferraris, chasing him down. Don't want to ignore the man from across the pond, though. Patchy in P7 now. That's actually pretty good. Was ahead of Exeter, but he's going to be taking his pit along with most of the leaders. So looks like he's in good company there. Give him a little vroom vroom of support. We'll see where he comes out along the grid. Boat actually might be passing Senti pretty soon here, so we may have to switch over shortly. Looks like Patchy is going for a little bit of a fuel strategy there. You have a horn, just double checking. All right, so he's gonna get moving. He's definitely got Zach coming close. I know that's gonna be a little bit tight one between them. Zach definitely has pit, but Patchy does take the full exit. Of something that we will have to consider there. Is Speed Bump doing a no stop? Oh, okay, Josh. That's good to know. Sorry, I didn't see that. Interesting. So if that's true, he's got to hold off the 8.4 second gap between them. That would explain why his lap times have been so slow, because he's got a full tank and he's conserving a little bit. Like, not slow, he's still in the 124s. But when he's capable of otherwise, definitely smack that fly there. Sorry, should be narrating this crazy battle. Senti trying to grasp on the boat behind. Kai's gonna have to pull back to let these two fight it out towards the corkscrew. The Ferrari and the Beamer. Ooh, Senti goes for the late dive. Cuts in way wide. He pulls it out to let boat keep moving, but that's gonna cost boat a little bit of time. He will not be happy about that. I anticipate a ticket to the stewards opening. Interesting. So the Z4 might be able to do it, is what we're seeing in chat there. That's going to be something to watch. 15 seconds there. Looks like we had a little bit of an incident with a pit box somewhere along the line. Patchy looking for a move past a different BMW now. Things are definitely going to get jumbled up as far as who's stopped and who has not. I know people are going to be curious as to who's supposed to be let through where. Definitely going to be hard to tell. I'd say just respect the flags as they come and use your race sense about you based on your pace and the guy's pace behind. A lot of these guys are familiar at this point.
Or is it optional?
Optional pit, but they won't be able to hear me. We see Exeter going in now. Patchy, though, still looking for the opportunity. Exeter exits just behind Zach, so we'll actually see the teammates working now. Yeah, I mean, it does look like that cost quite a bit of time. We'll have to take a look and see. That one will go to the stewards.
That's boat.
Center, you on the board.
I feel like they're talking, but they can't hear each other, which is kind of funny. It would help them out, but we're watching one heck of a battle there. The man from across the pond did make his way past the first BMW, but he's got a ways to go to catch up to the other two you see in front. A little brush up with the dirt there, I think, from Zach D gives Exeter a chance to move closer. Patchy, not too much more. Got a lot of gaps up front now, so things definitely starting to shake up. Only 15 minutes remaining. Let's check in with Speed Bump. So he's starting to approach. This is the trickier part of traffic, because these are where the guys are starting to lap in pretty consistent times. Take a look in and see. I don't think we've got an accurate fuel reading there, because that's at 85 liters as we head into the 14th minute of the race. So that would be pretty impressive. Boat is definitely putting a nice chunk out of this one, though. Still setting purple sectors. He had a purple sector 2 last lap. Current best of a 123.6 to speed bumps 124.2. Speed bumps looking good, but he's going to have to dig deep on these last couple here. Really find a way as the fuel load lightens up. Hopefully at this point the car is lightened enough for him to start to feel more comfortable with it. I'm hoping we can see those 123s start to form, because at this rate we are going to start to see low 123s, if not 122s, out of Boat in the Ferrari. Looks like Exeter looking for an opportunity on his, not necessarily teammate, but mechanical mate there, Zach D. You can see with a similar but liveries. Is a pack of 4 guys. I believe it was Senti, Speed Bump, Exeter, and Zach D. Ooh, and a little bit of contact there. Exeter hangs on to let the leaders go through. It's going to be tricky as he makes his way through the runoff. Gets back onto the track, but that little brush up there definitely cost him quite an unfortunate amount. He'll be looking to at least get up to Patchy with 13 minutes to go. That is who he was lapping with for the majority of the race so far. Speed Bump working his way through turn 5, half a second off his own personal best. So you can tell the tires are starting to get a little bit worn here. And he's probably trying to conserve just a little bit more fuel. Can't conserve too much. He is going to have to fight. My guess is he might be conserving that way if there is a big battle. He can really push it to the limits of the car without having to worry about that in the final lap or two. 6.7 seconds now separating him. Trying to see if we can get a glimpse of the pink Ferrari before he turns through 10. Just barely. So that gap is definitely getting tighter and tighter there. Patchy coming around the final stretch in the Porsche. You can actually still see that battle going on behind him. You've got Zach D in the BMW up front through the Andretti hairpin. Now, what'll be interesting is to see how this traffic plays out in Boat's favor. Again, these guys are going to be getting passing opportunities at very different spots. At this rate, Boat may have to make a pass or two through the corkscrew. Patchy going wide. Going to be a little hairy, but he pulls all the way over to let Speed go around. And Speed makes it look easy. Patchy slots in just behind him. Getting a little close there to the leader. Costs him about a second, although it could just be Boat's pace. Boat is flying through, so don't want to say that was Speed Bump pulling off the throttle. Oh yeah, actually looking at his delta, I don't think that really cost him too much. So Boat really just pushing the pace. Kai and Floaty having a little bit of action as they head towards a dangerous turn to go side by side through. Someone's going to have to make a decision here. And they decide side by side. Are they going to do it again through the corkscrew? These guys are animals. It doesn't look like either one is interested in backing off. Kai's thinking about it, but they go side by side again, this time through the corkscrew. A tight battle for P12. That is going to cost him a little bit of speed. Project Purple trying to find his way through. And I think Kai sees the blue flag and panics, sending Floaty, unfortunately, into the wall. Cue conspiracy theories. Audi helping Audi get through. But reality, it was probably just a reaction to the blue flag. It happens. But as the racers go through, 10 minutes remaining. Hopefully we'll see these guys fight it out once more. Looking further up the grid, we've got Exeter trying to chase down Josh Penzi in front of him. I think they've got Boat in front of them holding the pace, so if they can stay with him. Ooh, Boat with a little bit of a wiggle. We don't see those too often out of him. This is the stage in the race where things start to get a little bit loopy. These guys have done 24 laps around this track. It's going to start to feel a little bit stale. things are going to blend together, and you're going to start to feel the pressure of cars that you've already lapped, even though there's cars behind you, even though you've already lapped them. Just it gets a little bit hairy. So as Exeter and Josh still have this tight battle going on together, Boat is going to be seeing them in his rear and wondering if it's something he's got to be concerned about. Trying to remind himself that it is not Senti behind. Or at this point, he may have put Senti in the back of his mind, although going to be tough even. Okay, I was going to say he just jumped up tremendously. That is not a huge spread. You can see only 2 cars separating Boat and Speed Bump now. Boat within 5 seconds and only 9 minutes remaining. Boat's last lap time was a 1:24.4. Speed Bump's was a 1:24.9. Definitely going to have to pick up that pace. You can see the lap times displayed to the top right in the red as people cross the board. It'll only show the most recent 3. It will at least show something. And I'm not trying to ignore all the action around the grid, but there's just too many battles to keep tabs on. We'll see if Floaty can get his opportunity on Kai. I think that'll be the next potential opportunity we've got here. We are getting a little late into the race to practice safe driving. Obviously want to stay on the track, but you got to start taking some opportunities where you can get them. Floaty pulling off. They're not very visible on the stream. Fair enough. That is very fair. Boat now 4 seconds away. He's got only 1 lapped car between him and Speed Bump in front. We are getting closer and closer here. 27-degree track temps for those who weren't with us in the beginning, so tires are going to be a little warm. Floaty finally gets his opportunity on Kai. He'll have to hang on and make it clean through turn 1. I don't mean to turn away just yet, but Exeter looking for his chance finally on Josh Penzi. And he's going to go for a brave one. Who was that we just passed? Was that? That was Boat. That's Boat. So Boat with a big spin through turn 5. I'm not entirely positive what happened there. Then it seems we got a little bit of contact there with Exeter and Josh Penzi letting Seb Bellew go through. We just had a huge change to the pace of the race here. So Speed Bump finds himself 17 seconds ahead. The only thing he's got to worry about is whether or not he calculated the fuel correctly. Boat working on his recovery finds himself 12 or 16 seconds behind according to live timing boards here. Oh, I wish we had a replay to see what happened there. That is terrible. So Senti finds himself in a rare position to catch up to that Ferrari there that he wouldn't have had earlier. Boat still trying to defend him. P2 is still a lot of points. Today is a double points race, and Boat is safely holding on to the fastest lap. So that will be good for him. Seb Bellew in 10th position. Doesn't have anyone too close to him. The early pit strategy didn't seem to work out too bad for him. I'm not sure exactly where he was prior to the pit, but I do think he made up a position or two. Definitely something I'll have to double check, although I think he was battling with Zach at one point inside of the top 10 safely, but things do happen. So speaking of things happening, 5 minutes remaining. Let's take a look at your leader, Speed Bump. So far doing well with his patient and steady and the slow and steady win of the race mentality. Looking great in the number 79 car. We'll bear with him as he crosses the line for lap 28. Patchy there and Zach not far behind him, although those guys in a battle of their own for P7. Zach looking to make up those final 2.4 seconds, and there you have it. Boat and Senti Speed bumps only competition for P1, so really Speed just needs to keep it on the track and keep the fuel in the tank. Few different battles going on, but a lot of the tension has slowly started to resolve itself. The pressure's really fallen on the guys behind more than the ones in front defending. Zach currently holding the best opportunity on Patchy, the man from across the pond, in the battle for P7. We'll go take a look at that in just a moment, but to show some love across the grid, we do have Diet Oxygen looking pretty good. So he is within a lap of Todd Moonbound, so he hasn't been lapped by the full grid there. Looks like that is the only other racer with him, as he's just been lapped by Floaty. It looks like ahead of him. Hanging on, 3 minutes remaining. I think he can actually hang on outside of not only Todd, but he will hold off potentially Bot Lando and the McLaren behind him, looking for a second opportunity to get by. Moonbounce there in the Ferrari has got the leader behind him. He's got to be careful and leave space. He goes way wide out. I think he realized what's going on through the hairpin. A little late on it, but doesn't cost Speed too much time. And again, at this stage in the race, it doesn't matter to the same extent, which is unfortunate to say. Through turn 4 there, you see Todd chasing him down. And then again, we'll turn back to Zach and Patchy, still fighting it out for P7. Wow, Boat really hammering it down and making up a decent amount of time, to be fair to him. He is looking good. If that spin came a little bit earlier in the race, frankly, they would think we'd still be having a different conversation. As we watch a different battle, Project Purple looking for a way past Exeter in the battle for P4 passing P11. It's always nice to see a little wheel-to-wheel action wherever we can get it. But Exeter takes it real wide going into their Hall straight. He straightened out just a bit too early. Project will get a clean line through the corkscrew and continue his chase towards Senti now. Almost 12 seconds ahead. Actually, under 12 seconds ahead. Project etches away at that lead a little bit here. Looks like Zach has moved up a little bit, and so has Seb on their men in front. Coming around turn 1, you can see Zach behind. Getting pretty close there. See, on their last lap, it said Zach did have the faster one. By, yeah, a full 2 seconds, so that was pretty good for him there. Patchy did end up having a cut in Sector 2 at one point. Could be a large portion of why. Boat puts down a purple Sector 2 on his previous lap. A 1:23.1. That will be the new fastest lap of the race. This man is on a mission. One slip up from Speed and it will be over. He's definitely determined to make that happen. Patchy trying to pull further and further away if he can. We're actually going to pull off for just a minute and see if Seb can make something happen on the exit of the corkscrew. I know he's got a little bit of a later line through, and it definitely helps him. He's now within 0.3, so even if he can't get by, he'll at least be able to slot in for the draft on their final turn through the straightaway. Their final run through the straightaway, I should say. So this should be his opportunity here. Only 0.3 seconds separating them. Seb definitely slotting in well for the draft. He's going to have to get real close before the turn and go for a later break, which he does not. He's going to be going for the safer racing line, trying to put off that passing attempt till the end. Still dying. A little brush up with the dirt there will separate them just a little once more. Seb having to tap the brakes. Yeah, Speed definitely seems to be conserving fuel where he can. We'll take a peek over. Yeah, you can see there looking at the way he's using the fuel. He certainly is conserving any way that he can. But I think it'll be enough as Speed Bump crosses the line with a no-stop strategy. Your champion of today's double points race, Boat and Patchy behind, Zach D, Todd Moonbounce following not too far after them. A lot of close battles all throughout, but we definitely get a relatively fixed grid here at the end. Josh Penzi looking to cross the line safely with Seb Bellew, the man from Canada, behind. Project Purple,
Holy fuck.
beautiful line through
Holy
with
fuck.
some speed. And we'll take
I
a
made
look
the
at
no stop.
Exeter coming
I'm in.
around as well. Sounds like Senti went for the no stop too, so
No stop
that will
work.
be the two
Let's
no
go.
stops. Did work out pretty well for them.
Nah, I didn't pit, bro. I did no stops.
That is pretty dang good. So we'll head back to the line, watch our final few
no
racers
stops, bro.
coming around.
Hello? Yo.
I
I think that's going to be
ended with
Floaty
0.5
there.
fuel. Like,
Lando
0.0
across the
on
grid, and to
softs.
finish us off on, in P15, that's going to be Diet Oxygen in the Mercedes, making his way towards the well-deserved pile
Yeah,
at the
by
end.
agreement. No nuking lap 1.
Huh?
And
Can people
to
hear me in BC?
on that note, we will end it.
First.
What do you mean? He was a beast on that track. The heck?
Adios.